Howdy, everybody. Good evening, 11:31 my time. I had a little bit of issue with trying to log on, um, but it only a minute and a half late. Sorry about that. Computer lag down here, way down here in the swamp. Good evening. Adjust my chair. Good evening. This is David Null, otherwise known as Hawkeye Two Feathers, also. And no, it's not a made-up name. It is my spiritual name. Um, and I'm here this evening to discuss some Earth Wobble issues. Um, and of course, as it says on the screen down there on the title thingy, ramblings of an old redneck hippie from the swamp. Yeah, yeah. Now I live here down in the swamp. And right now it's not too swampy. North Carolina got smashed, and those of us around here, now I know it's cotton season, and I know folks need to get their cotton in and everything, but it would really have been nice to have gotten a little bit more rain than a little tiny, barely cover the windshield of your car kind of yeah. No, we didn't get any rain. We got very little. But anyway, and I'm very sorry for the folks that got too much rain. I know that cotton farmers and peanut farmers around here really do appreciate it, but as soon as they get them crops in, I would like to have a shower or two on my garden, please. I do have a shallow well, and because we haven't had a really normal season in a long time, my well has a tendency to go dry quicker than some other folks' too. But I can look down in the hole and tell whether or not I got any water or not, and I can tell whether or not I need to slow down. Now, if there's plenty of water in the ground, if I use 10 gallons, 15, 20 gallons in a day, which for me is a lot because I don't use a lot of water, let's say 25 gallons. That's a big day. It should replenish easily, by the next morning kind of thing. When you go to bed, wake up in the morning, and since of course I don't work a regular job like I used to. I am retired now. I can officially say at 64 years old, and so I usually make coffee in the morning. You flush the commode in the morning because of your business, and wash it up a little bit, and then I don't use much water the rest of the day. I mean, for maybe this one thing here and there, but most of the time I don't use any water till evening times, or maybe make more coffee or rinse some hands off or watering up the chickens or something here on the farm. Watering plants, which by the way I need to do. Anyway, with the water issue, I realized many years ago that I was going to have to start saving water in other ways. And so I've started to collect containers. And I have two 1,000-gallon containers. They're ugly as the dickens, but they hold 1,000 gallons of water each. And I'm in the process of resetting the other. Actually, I'm in the process of trying to move them, try to do a better job kind of thing with the water. One of them, they're both basically behind my house, and I want one of them up on the hill higher. Because if I put 1,000 gallons up on the hill, which would be from a grade standpoint about 4 or 5 feet, well, let's just go with 3. 3 foot topographical. So here being my house, and here being the new location of the tank. Yeah, well, that 1,000 gallons is going to have a lot of pressure. I'm not going to need much pumping. So my thought was to pump the water into that 1,000-gallon tank and have it, rather than have air pressure you force the water out of the system, and the pump coming on and off and on and off every time it goes up and down in volume, that having the 1,000-gallon tank, I won't need air pressure. I'll have plenty of water pressure. And so that water pressure then, when it drops below a certain level, then the pump kicks on and it runs until it fills back up. Or I can turn it on and fill it up manually, which is more my liking because I keep an eye on where the tank is, kind of thing. However, but to the point though, that is where I want to head with one of the tanks. The other tank is supposed to somehow I got my other laptop on, and oh, here I need to. No, not Martha. Hang on. Yeah, I want to disconnect that Google account. Yeah, I want my Google account. I should sign on as me. And how in the dickens, my Windows computer has been off for a few months. I turned it on, and now all of a sudden it's got Google all over it. I don't even have a Windows screensaver thing anymore. Well, anyway, what I'm trying to do is use my other laptop, which needs severe updating, and it's in the process of doing now, and use it as a monitor because I can't tell whether or not I'm coming across on the YouTube screen. This computer I'm using right now is Chromebook, and I've got my issues, I've got my complaints, but as a little tiny device for doing some stuff, it's okay. If you're like me and am used to having a gazillion programs like AutoCAD that does 3D modeling and stuff, and then I can pull something into here, have multiple windows open, have 2 monitors on at the same time, this ain't it. And so from my 25, 30 years experience with computers, this thing sucks as a computer. Okay. But they don't sell it as a computer. That was my mistake. It is a Chromebook. Buyers beware. Now, as a Chromebook, I guess a lot of people these days would be go, ooh, this is so fun. Look at all the apps I can install. Not my cup of tea. Do not like installing apps. Where did my mouse go? Oh, there it is. Man, this thing is taking a long time. I wonder if it's going to allow me to log on to that computer along with this one. Well, that's going to suck, ain't it? Let me come down here. It says Martha Current. It says, let anyone add a person to Chrome. See, now I would like to be able to, I want to go to Google. Let's go to, oh wait, let's see what's on here. It's got Google Docs offline, Google Sheets, Google Slides. All right, let me go over here and get more extensions because I want to be able to use Google Hangouts on this other computer as well. I'm sorry to have taken off of this, but still I'm rambling. Now, about the Earth Wobble, another reason why I'm trying to get this up is because I have video that I took the other day. With this Chromebook and my YouTube, for less than 5 minutes of video, it took 2 hours plus to upload that 5 minutes of video. Now, the video I have with where I've taken my solar house, which a lot of windows on the south side facing south, where the sun comes through, where the stiles on the windows are, between the window spaces. There are when the sun comes up, I mean, it's like a sundial, okay? Now, if you know what a sundial is, you position it so where it's north and south. So at noontime, every day, regardless if it's winter or summer, because the only thing that's supposed to change is how high the sun is in the sky, okay? Or how low, you know. And in my location, when the sun is at its lowest, roughly 40, 45 degrees. So, I mean, I look out the windows and the sun's like, in the wintertime, I look out and the sun is like, wow, it's like there, you know? When this thing goes to sleep too quick. I'm going to have to remember my Windows commands. So, having this thing be a pain in the neck. Is that Google Hangouts? Yeah, okay. It says it is. Add to Chrome. Go ahead. Checking. It's going to see if I can do it, I reckon. Add extension. Checking. Oh, I do have a camera, but it's not on the laptop. I'll have to plug in this other camera, which is what I'm trying to do. So I use one of these computers for monitor and checking any YouTube chatters that might come online, and or I would like to be able to use one of them to share screens with, because well, I could play the video right now if I could find it, you see. And what it'll do is it'll show that at 12 o'clock, well, actually, I think I used my first mark on the window. I just drew a line straight on the windowsill in pencil with a straight edge. And so it was about 11:15, I think, when the day I drew my first line. New background app added. Google Hangouts will launch. What? On this icon. Oh, yeah, okay. I got you. It's trying to load it. I wonder if I could plug in the... Well, I have to create a... I don't know if I can have two computers on at the same time. Anyway, so I noticed it one day and I was like, you know, I'm looking at the clock. Oh, it was 1 o'clock. That's what it was. It was 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and actually the sun was like what would have been an 11 o'clock position. That's where I got the 11 from. So 1 o'clock should have been straight up and down because we're on Eastern Daylight Time. And so at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun should have been equal on either side of the window sill thing, not the sill, no, the side. And so, and it wasn't. It was like way over here, which means that the sun was still coming up, meaning it should have been like 11:30. And so I look at the clock and it's like 1:15, and I'm not even at the 12. I'm nowhere near where this thing should be at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock Eastern Daylight. It's nowhere near this thing. And so I drew another line, and I've drawn other lines, and I waited until after its equal position, which should be, like I say, 12 o'clock. It's now like 2:33 in the afternoon. The sun has just reached what should be 12 o'clock on a sundial. Nope. It's way off. And I mean from day to day. So then last week, yep, because this is Wednesday night. Last week I took video of where the moon was setting. And I was like, no, the moon don't set over there. Well, that was also a day when the sun was not lining up to where it should have been on my windowsill. And so I was like, you know what? Good googly moogly. I don't know what's up with this mess, but it is obvious that um, somebody is messed up somewhere. So the problem that we're having right now is that we're definitely wobbling. From where my chair is downstairs, and I videotaped it, but I can't get it up on the YouTube, is that I'd be sitting in my chair and looking out the window, and normally where the moon is, I look out this one particular window that's about, the windowsill's about 6-7 foot up, and I can touch it easily when I'm standing up. And I sit in that chair and I can look up a little bit and get the right angle. And when the moon is, especially when it's coming on full, like right now, I can look out and there'll be the moon right up there. Well, I looked out the window the other night going, wow, the moon should be like right up there. Well, I looked out that window and I looked out that window and I looked out that window some more. And I never did find it out that window because it was so low, it was at the top of the other window, which happens to be an old sliding glass door on from a shower, so you can't see through it. And so I had to go outside, and I took my video camera, my tripod, so I wouldn't be shaking. And I pointed it at where it was, and I said, see, y'all, that is not west. It was obviously setting in a west-southwest position. And so the next night I went out, and it was real cloudy. They bombarded us with chemtrails all day long. I'm talking about, oh my gosh. And I had some video of some of that. And then yesterday, I just couldn't get out there. Something just knocked me out. I had so much ringing in my ears yesterday. There was at one point, it was so loud, and it started changing frequencies. The next thing I know, I wake up, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. And it was still light outside when I got conked out. So Tim wasn't able to check the moon last night. Now tonight already I noticed that the moon's way up more higher. So that means we have wobbled back around again in about 4 days from where the moon was the last time I took video. Now I know you can't see this, but I know because I took the video. And as soon as I can get it uploaded, I'm going to say, hey, y'all, look at that video in another video and go, see, this is what I got. Now, if I could get this other thing here, if I could get this other computer, once I get this other Windows computer to work, then it's just very possible then I can do a screen share. Because well, at the moment there's, and I mean no offense to anybody that's out there, but there ain't nobody on watching this thing at the moment. I'm gonna click this thing on right here. Oh, I remember, I played with this earlier. There ain't enough memory in this thing. Oh man, it's gonna mess it up. Man, if you can still see me, this thing is like, oh, no, it wants to dadgum. I hate this cloud mess. Do you hear me? I hate it. All backed up to Google Drive? No, stop your mess. I hate this thing. I do not want anything put on Google Drive thing. Wait, I gotta switch this thing to share the share. Okay, I learned this earlier today. I was trying to internal display, Chrome Live, something. I think it's this one. All right, and I'm gonna do share. Whoa! You are screen sharing. Present to everybody. I guess. But what I want to do is not be there. So let me see what I got there. Let me see what I got there. If you guys are seeing all this mess, well then, actually what I want is to come over here to these photos. Oh, ain't nothing in there. It's in this one here. Should be in this video. I hope this thing is sharing. This is yesterday, and let's do the short one. See if it'll share. See, now I would really like to be home, and yeah, I'm new to this. So the sun drops in. Well, that's 1:15. All right, here we go. Let me start it back over. Sorry about that. October the 11th, 2016. So this was yesterday. I'll show you the clocks. I'm doing a check on the windows. I'm using the southern side of my house as a sundial, and I've been checking it over each day to see if the sun's at 1 o'clock hits the same line. Okay, so this is, oh, this is nuts. But anyway, okay, so first off, here are the clocks. Okay, it's 1:30, and my clocks are all 15 minutes fast, so that means it's 1:15. Okay, here's my other clock. There we go. I don't know if the time shows up on the video or not. Actually, the clock on this says 1:27. I must have said it fast. Either that or my clocks are slow. Okay, so if it's 1:30, it just makes it worse. Okay, so here are my lines in the windowsill. All right, let me get this thing. It's real bright, so I gotta make sure this. Remember, I'm new at this, y'all. So just hang in there with me. Down what time I did the videos. I mean, I'm sorry that I drew the lines. This line here is 1:15. That was several days ago. Okay, that's the 1:15 line. All right. Now, if it's 1:15 right now, I'm gonna make my little mark. I'm gonna make a short mark right there. Okay. Now that's 1:15 for today. All right. Now, see, the other day when it was 12 o'clock at this line, 12:15 was over here. So wait a minute. Oh, I'm not sure about that line. But anyway, it was off. Maybe it was. But anyway, so we're that far off today. This is 1:15 about, I guess it's about a week ago now. And this is 1:15 today. All right. Now, like I said on the last video, I got a passive solar home, and yeah, let me show you the carpet here. All right. So, because of all my windows in the house, I can watch this shadow right here. My pencil line. All right. I watch this shadow right here. All right. Now, in a couple of days, it'll come up here on the carpet, and then I can watch it across this carpet. Okay. These are. I haven't checked that because I'm not really concerned because that's how. Okay, y'all. That was what I was trying to explain to you. Where those lines are. Wait, where did that thing go now? Oh, damn. Oh. Hangouts. Ooh. All right. I was trying to find out where the dead gum. Oh, I'm sorry. That's where the it shut it off entirely. All right. I'm not really concerned. So what I was trying to show you is back here on this on the windowsill is that come on now, jump ahead, come back here. On the windowsill, the window styles. 12:15 was over here, so wait a minute. Oh, I'm not sure about that line. But anyway, it was off. Maybe it was. All right. Now this line, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but this line way over here to the far right is where I was saying that um, at 12 o'clock, that's there. That's where the line was, and then at 1 o'clock, as it moved across over here, then I added other lines. But you see, this line here. Uh,
but anyway, so we're that far off today. This is 1:15. About I get.
That's supposed to be 11:45 right there. Okay, that was one day at 11:45 in the morning. All right, and this is 1:15 in the afternoon. All right, it should be on the other side of the window over here, you see. It shouldn't be on this side at all. That's my point. It's on the morning side of the window, not the afternoon side. All right?
I guess it's about a week ago now.
Because it doesn't really matter where it is on them lines.
Now, like I said the other,
Whoop. Now, you see, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun should have been on, you see my cursor? The sun should have been on the left side of this piece of wood right here, not over here. And it still had an hour and a half to go. That particular day, I believe, it took until, I believe it was until 12:30 that afternoon. I'm sorry, 2:30 that afternoon before I gotta find, where's my other one at? My Google's here. All right, let me stop the share here and come back. All right. Okay, so now that was my first attempt ever at screen sharing something. So if it was all choppy and nasty, I'm sorry. But anyway, I do the best I can. I promise to get better. The glare coming in that window was really hard to see those lines. I've noticed, and but that's why I say the Earth is wobbling. That's my proof, because my windows are south facing. At 1 o'clock, there should be equal lines on either side of that window. That piece, that piece 1x4 that was there. And by 1:15, it should have been on the other side of that windowsill. And it wasn't. It took another hour and a half for it to get to the other side of the windowsill. No, that's not right. That's not right. I don't care what anybody says. You go make yourself a sundial and check it every day. And I'm going to tell you, it's not consistent. We are wobbling back and forth like this. Whatever we're doing, we are definitely wobbling, y'all. So now it's 12 o'clock. I'm going to end this particular one, and I'm going to start part 2 here in just a few moments. So I thank you very much. My name is David Null, Hawkeye Two Feathers. I'm down here at the Little Ochlockonee River Hermitage. Sorry about that. I had to stretch. Oh, that cramp. I'm a proud graduate of Tampa Catholic High School, 1970. And I'm proud to say that I have been walking the red road for quite a number of years, and that I have more information on that coming up. So for all of you, thank you for watching. Keep an eye on the sun, where the planet and where the moon is. Go out every night and check. You're going to find out it's moving around. It's wiggling. It's not supposed to wiggle. So I wish you all a good day, a good evening, a good night. Hug your family, hug your friends, hug your wife, kiss your babies, and like the old Marine says, be good to all your folks around you now. Be kind, be compassionate, spread love where you can, feed anybody that's hungry, and take care of yourselves. I love you all. We're going to stop this one here and start the next one.